Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if you haven't, welcome to my channel. I feel like I haven't done that intro in quite a while, so it felt weird but also good at the same time. So I am back with another, I decided to call these videos Let's Talk About. So maybe the Let's Talk About series, I'll call it, which is where I will be shuffling the deck and pulling a random card, and we shall be discussing the traditional meaning of that card and also the meaning that I personally have for it if it's a little bit different than the traditional meaning. So last week we talked about the Ace of Wands, I believe, and I did say that I was going to try and keep up with these videos and post at least one a week. So this is me attempting to stick to my word and continue doing this series. And for those who may be wondering what deck I use to make these videos, I use the Practical Tarot Wisdom deck. This one is great for beginners and great for learning. If you're not familiar with this deck, you will see why I say that in a minute. So let's shuffle and see what card we pull for today. What did we get? Ooh, today we have a major. We are going to be talking about the Death card. So a lot of people, when they see the Death card, especially people who are not familiar with tarot, like maybe people who go to readers for readings, who don't read themselves, they see the Death card and instantly they get a little uncomfortable, a little freaked out, because you think that when you see this card and the imagery as well, it is a bit daunting. It is a lot to kind of take in if you're not familiar with the card, because instantly you think literal, like, death. But the Death card can have many different meanings, and I feel like its most known meaning and traditional meaning is, well, let's read the card. We'll read the card first, and then I will share my opinions on it as well. So the Death card is the 13th card in the Major Arcana. So we have change happens. Rich or poor, we all face an inconsistent world. This skeletal rider brings news of something ending. Don't fear the messenger. No matter how you fight it, this transition is inevitable. Remember, your flexibility will save you. Somewhere a door is closing, so look for the nearest window. So I'm not gonna lie, when I first started the tarot, and I mean back when I picked up a deck for the first time, and I seen the Death card, I did panic a little bit. I was extremely uncomfortable, and I thought that the worst was coming for me. And as I started learning the tarot and working with it more and becoming familiar with the traditional meanings, I realized that it's not that black and white. It's a little bit more complex, and I would say it's not what the media portrays the Death card to be. So Death brings change. You may have something ending in your life, whether it be a relationship, a job, maybe a hobby that you're just, not really interested in anymore, or it's not really doing anything for you. Something along those lines could be ending, and when something ends, something new is about to begin. So it's actually quite exciting, the Death card, especially if you feel like you are in a bit of a rut, like you're sort of stuck and there isn't really a lot of progression happening in your life. Getting the Death card could actually be a positive thing. That is the main way that I tend to look at the Death card. I have not done a reading before where the Death card has actually meant literal death. Now, I'm not saying that other readers out there, that no one has done a reading before where it has meant actual death. Just for me personally, I haven't experienced a reading like that. So if the death card comes up for you in a reading, it could be a sign that a change needs to happen, or you need to take a new direction, maybe change the course of the path that you're on, because something isn't serving you anymore. Like I said, whether that be a job or a relationship or just the certain way that you're living your life, there is no growth happening. There's no moving forward. You're almost at a standstill pretty much. And those changes could come a bit abrupt, like maybe you got fired from your job or something, or maybe if it's a relationship situation, maybe someone has broken up with you. But in those instances, at least when it happens, it doesn't seem like it is very good. It's not happy. It's not beneficial when you see it happening right then and there. But as time goes on and things change and new things start happening for you, because even though one door closes, there's going to be another one that opens for you, things start to look a bit more clear. There's a bit more clarity happening for you, and you'll be able to understand the reasoning better as to why those things have happened. But like I said, in the moment, that's kind of hard to grasp. It's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. But with time, things start to piece together and make more sense. So maybe if you're not a fan of change, me personally, depends on the situation. I am a pretty routine type of person. Like I'm not a huge fan of change unless it's really not benefiting me, unless it's a really bad situation, then I might call upon change. But yeah, if you're the type of person who's not a fan of change and you get the death card, it might be a little bit scary for you. And you might be thinking, what could possibly need to change? Maybe things seem to be going well for you right now and you like the way that things are. But sometimes when we are in our comfort bubble, and I know this from personal experience for myself, when we are in a certain situation or lifestyle that is comfortable, sometimes that tends to block us from growth. It blocks us off from progressing in our lives because we are comfortable and we're safe in our little comfort bubbles, and we're too afraid to step out of those bubbles because it's a comfort thing. It's safety. When you're familiar with how things are, and even though it might feel comfortable and safe, it's not doing anything for you anymore. You're not giving yourself the room, the space to grow and evolve. You want to go into new situations and have changes, because within those new situations and changes, you're going to find learning opportunities. You're going to find ways for you to grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And yes, it does sound a bit daunting and scary because sometimes change can be very scary, but you just have to trust, even though it may be hard to see at the time, that it is what is best for you. There is no point in staying in a situation that is not benefiting you any longer. There's absolutely no positive outcome to that. Being comfortable in your little bubble will not suffice your entire life. It might feel good at that moment, and believe me, I know, but later down the line, you're going to realize that you are in the exact same spot that you've been in for years, and now you're not happy about it anymore. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you do receive the death card, don't be afraid of it. Don't fear the change, because it is going to benefit you, and maybe you're not going to see it right away, but later down the line, it will piece itself together and make sense, and you will understand why that change had to happen for you. Okay, so that is what I have for our Let's Talk About video. I hope you enjoyed talking about the lovely death card today, and I shall be back hopefully next week with another Let's Talk About video. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys in the next one.